Hello and thank you all for watching. This is Many Sunny Sun for an astrological report. We'll be speaking about the three demotion phases of Mercury retrograde happening in this year, and this year it'll be falling in all Earth signs. So let's begin. Mercury. Let's speak about Mercury. Mercury, of course, relates to mind, communication, speak. It determines the way we move and mobilize everything. It is a way that we understand our area to get in touch with others by word, by communication, and understanding of that capacity. So here in the Earth sign, it will represent more the concrete, tangible. Mercury, of course, is in the Earth sign. It is subjected to other forms of aspects, makes it even more prudent, more disciplined, more concrete, takes time to analyze, to deepen, and using more common sense, reality, down to earth reason and logic. So we need more certainty. Security is sought here with Earth signs. So the demotion here with Mercury will grind its own intensification and its own reflection awareness to being more suspicious still. Stubborn also, anxious can also be enhanced. The mind can be a bit too rigid, lack of imagination, flexibility, breadth of vision. Mercury, of course, is in retrograde. Internalizes. It seeks inward gaze back into its own self, and it can deliver messages from the outside world. Our mind will focus more on practical needs, things that need more concretation, ideas, thoughts, words. The review will be more on tangible results in our own life, being more broadly opening us to objective reality. So it will be affected very much. We will have the opportunity to give concrete form to our own ideas, to express them in a concise manner, and to serve others in a development towards our own goals and our own reality, towards our own improvement of our own organization and structure in society. So Mercury went back into the sign of Aquarius January 2nd in its first demotion of this year. So Mercury retrograde January 5th. It exited January it made a new phase on January 14th. It went direct January 25th, and it exited its own shadow phase February 14th. Mercury will be again March 23rd. Mercury's demotion in this air sign of Aquarius is under the control of Uranus in Aries. Also, Saturn to finish it off with the sign of Capricorn under the control. As Rujar pointed out with his Sabian symbol, refers to unexpected events, dangerous, which has not yet prepared a threat to the human works. So Mercury in Aquarius stationed, entering its demotion phase, squaring to Mars in Scorpio, can lead to verbal aggressions, critically more pronounced in contradictions, with a tendency to question everything. Speech may be cutting sharp beyond thought. This downgrade early brings a great nervous tension. The mind is bright, ideas burst forth. The mind is curious, clever, but lacks realism. Practicality, reflection, and actions are poorly conducted. Clumsy ways in precipitation. Attention also leads to blunders and the gestures, movements, imprudence in travel. There's also a tendency of distraction and lack of concentration. Mars, trying to Neptune here, can make most of the share being provided with inspiration. However, it does not become realistic. Mercury's retrograde conjoins with the Sun in Pluto, square off to Uranus. These are very conflicting aspects, making a lot of impulsivity, impatience, recklessness, crisis of authority, a tendency to impose its will, and a way to brutal and direct speeches. How sordid it's its own way without even facing it. We'll be facing it. It could be also related to human catastrophe, environment, climatic events, involving our moral values, placing us our face in bankruptcy. Our consciousness can also be obscurated, in which operate despite of our own knowledge. So Mercury in Capricorn turns back into the sun, the messenger of the gods, the moment of introspection, of internalization. Thought becomes more subjective, perhaps with the need to reorganize, to have a new direction, new ideas. Here in Capricorn, the mind will be more analytical, logical, serious, rigorous, more apt towards self-reflection, more organized, more efficient, too. So, during which we revise our own thinking, let us put more order in our own ideas, analyze our failures, weigh the pros and cons, this opportunity. For our mind to make the necessary arrangements for further reasoning and questioning. He will do it with honesty and attitude of rectitude. The opportunity is also to purge our own mental patterns that have become too rigid, too hard, deepen our own knowledge to better build a future, learning more from our own past mistakes. If we accept and face this responsibility with determination and integrity, then we must reap good results. So Mercury, January 14th, 23 degrees of Capricorn, Mercury conjoins with the Sun, with a sextiling to the Moon, and you're trying to Jupiter retrograde. That started on January 8th. The Sabian symbol for this Mercury demotion indicates a leak, a renunciation, abandonment, the face of harsh realities of life. A spiritual quest, can we say? A need to step back and hide, to find our inner peace and serenity. So will we find inspiration when we go within? The spirit should be more conciliatory, more tolerant, a skillful organizer, negotiator, the most benevolent of thoughts. The mind is more flexible, intuitive, imaginative. Judgment is safer. A new more of an inspired vision, new and insightful ideas can be also implanted in our minds. That we need more growth with patience and rigor. Trust, faith, hope should bring us more into to help us fix these inadequacies of mental attitude, selfish gains for or more wisdom. This direction of Mercury, January 25th. It happened on 14th degree of Capricorn, and we will start to to shape and share and compare them with those around us. Mercury will be conjoined with Pluto, squaring off to Uranus, sextiling to Mars, semi-sextile to Saturn, and trine to Uranus itself.